us a bit about yourself and what do you do? What do you do in Big Immersive and Virtua? What's your role?
Yeah, so my name is Asad. I'm the Chief Creative Officer at Big Immersive. So I joined Big Immersive around like 8 years ago as a game 3D artist, and from there I started my journey and started doing 2D stuff, 3D stuff, honed my skill, and so when I started working, I thought that I need to see what type of art industry that I can explore. So I went to looking at all the 3D stuff. Then I started doing some of the animation side, and then I went to the 2D. I looked into Photoshop. Then I went to start doing some marketing stuff. So yeah, slowly and slowly I honed my skill, and eventually I got as a manager. So yeah, it's a long journey in Big Immersive, and then we start doing with Virtua, and yeah, the rest is history. Everyone knows what happened then. And yeah,
Well, 8 years is a long time. Wow, I didn't know that. I didn't know that you're with Big Immersive for 8 years. Wow.
sometimes
So,
I forget as well.
well, time flies if you're having fun. Um,
Yeah. Sometimes.
so tell us, what's your role now on a daily basis? How big is your team? How big is the art team? How does the work look like?
So currently we have a team of around 60 artists, which includes 2D artists, 3D artists, and game artists. Also, we have a team of concept artists. We have team of 2D animators, 3D animators, and the 3D rigging artists, animation, you name it. We have the lot. So what I do is I everything that you see in Virtua in terms of art, in terms of land sale, in terms of VFlex, everything that you see here, it goes through my eyes. Have to approve it. I have to give the direction on it. And if if something is off, we reject it. If something we don't like, we don't push it out. So everything that you see is published on Virtua. It's a very tedious process that the team does, and eventually you guys seen how what we're doing. We're really hoping that you guys like what we do. We're doing our best to give you the best what we can do. So yeah.
Awesome. So tell me, this is now, the AI is a very hot topic. How do you look at, the AI graphics and the AI stuff that's coming out lately now, even in the art section? What's your point of view on that? Because I know that you guys basically you everything is done with hands, right?
Yeah. So AI is a very good thing. We experimented with it a bit, but the only problem that we have with AI is what we do is a very specific type of work, and what we want is very. It has a description that we have, and we want to follow that description. So in AI, the problem is we don't always get the result that we want. So we try not to use it as much, but sometimes for, let me give you an example. There's a 3D tool called Blender, and Blender there is a scripting uh, language called Python. So we use ChatGPT to write some script for us for Python, and we use that as materials as for VFlex and stuff like that that you see. So we do incorporate some of the AI that we have, but not on the 2D stuff as of it does not give us the result that we want. So yeah, but it is the future. It is getting much better than before, as you see Chat GPT, now GPT-4. So yeah, it is the future. We'll be incorporating it much more in our pipelines as well.
Nice. Awesome. Awesome. Yeah, I'm a huge fan of AI and ChatGPT. I use it quite a lot. Um, so yeah, we'll see how this develops. I mean, it's
Yeah,
it's not it's not new tech, right? I think it just got into mainstream now, but it's not that new, right?
yeah, it's not that new. You guys remember? Google image searches. We throw the image in and we give you multiple options of it that Google Translate and all of these softwares are already using AI, and we don't know from like how much time they'll be using it. It's just got mainstream as of now, and we got the hang of it. So yeah, it's really cool stuff.
Awesome. So, can you let us know a bit? What is your team currently working on? What is taking the most time from you, without
So I don't
revealing too much, please?
I don't know what you already told them, so I think you should tell them. I'll assist you what we're doing because I don't want to say
um,
too much.
well, um, let's think. Oh, I we can show this, right? Just recently you shared with me the concept for the medieval room, right? So I'll show the graphic, and you can tell me what's going on here. So everyone, top left corner, you can click on the image, and yeah, can you tell us what's the thinking behind this, and how then this a process looks like, right? So now you sent me the concept art.
Yeah,
How is this then, what is the process from the concept art to we getting the items and all that in the crypts?
yeah. So initially we had a long discussion of what we want to do for these themes. So once we decided that we want to go with the medieval theme, and then we do some research on what type of items that we want to place in it. So you see there's the small room that we have. We changed the floor, we changed the roof of it, and we added medieval items that we thought that go together to create a theme. So once we are done with the concept art, and it's a tedious process doing the concept art. I have mentioned that before in the previous Reflect Weekly. It's a tedious process. Once we go through that process, we get this concept art, and we are okay with that, and everyone likes it. Then we start doing the 3D modeling process. For 3D modeling, it's a process of like basically modeling the correct item, then texturing it. And if we want to animate it, then it goes to the animation department. Then the animators do their magic on it. Then that animator gives it to the game engine guy. Either it's Unity or Unreal. It has to be integrated into that process. Once it gets integrated, it goes to the developer who then converts it into a DLC, and that DLC is then ultimately gets downloaded into the crib that you guys see. So yeah, all of these items that you see here, it starts from a concept art that we do has been done by hand, and then it goes to the 3D modeling process.
Nice. So are all the 3D models done like in house, or can you know do you download them and reskin them? What is the
So
what is the process there?
so so for me, I like to do everything in house. So 95% it's in house. 95%. It's sometimes it's bit of a time crunch. Sometimes we don't get the desired result that we want. If we get the model from the internet, then we take that, and ultimately we do have to then rescan it as well, and we have to re-optimize it, re-topologize it. So again, doing all those steps, does not get it's not like we just take the asset from the internet and place it in the crib or something like that. It's still a process that we have to do with that asset. But 95% it's all in-house, no nothing from the internet and stuff like that.
Interesting. This small crib looks a bit bigger than I'm used to. Is the design for the smaller crib already done? Can you talk a bit about that? I know that you are lead on that.
Yeah, so what we're thinking was the small crib, Yaka, you already know it's a bit too small. And
The,
we were
the
thinking
current
of
one, yeah.
the current one, yeah. So we were thinking of expanding it and making it a bit bigger, making it less claustrophobic. So this is the base initial design that we were thinking of, like scaling it up. So currently this is in 2D right now, but in 3D it will be a bit bigger in the next coming builds.
Yeah, I think we said it's 1.8, right? 1.8 is the one where we will
Yeah,
integrate the. Yeah,
exactly.
that's awesome. What else? What else can we talk about that we didn't? Um, hmm. Well, we did promise that we will show a 2.5D sometime. Um, you think that's the right time to show some glimpses of the 2.5D version?
Personally, I think it's way too early right now.
It's too early.
Yeah.
Uh, okay, okay. Um, then what else? Tell me what else can we look?
So,
I
let me
have a lot of stuff.
let me spice things up a bit. So, what we're doing right now currently is I'll not talk about what we're doing, but what I'll tell about is we're doing a collaboration with Yaka very closely this time, and we're working on a very awesome little project. And you guys can hear me, Yaka?
Yeah, yeah, we can.
So it's a brainchild of bit of Yaka and our the my side and some of the core creative people. So it's a project that we're working on. It's a very amazing project, and we're putting our hearts and soul into it. It's something new. It's much different from what used to doing, and the marketing, the product, everything that we're doing right now, it's going to be amazing. So yeah, so Yaka, uh, I don't know if you told anybody about this yet, or yeah. So this is what we're doing right now.
We didn't talk much about it, but it's as you said, it's gonna be for everyone. Um, the current community and the targeted community. So it's gonna be a very fun thing and very gamified um,
Yeah,
thing. So nothing like we've ever done before. Completely new. So
exactly.
good times are coming in general. We are connecting finally. Finally, things will make sense. Finally, we are connecting games, metaverse, land, staking. Everything is coming. Everything is coming into the in one stream with
Yeah.
with season pass and yeah. So what it is then? It is the general thing is a season pass, but this season, first season, is called the founder season, and the founder season has its own kind of mini collection. So and it I promise you, it's gonna be fun.
It's going to be really fun
Yeah, you guys are
because
gonna be taken on a journey like never before.
you guys have to wait a little bit because we're cooking it up.
Yeah, it's not far away. I can say that things will start happening in May, and then we'll have a mint and all that will be in June. But yeah, very fun stuff. I promise you guys, you're gonna be very entertained. Either you go into it in the end and you buy into the collection or not, you're gonna have great fun.
And we're having fun as well doing it.
Yeah, and that's the whole point, right? It needs
Yeah.
to be it needs to be fun. It needs to be gamified. It's gonna be yeah, start of the June and end of the June. But we'll enable mobile minting, so no worries, Betsa. But as I said, it's gonna be very gamified. So it's gonna require a lot of your attention in May as well. But won't talk more about it
Yeah.
because I can't yet because it's all everything is lined in for the release and the tease and everything, the art, the teaser videos, the story, the lore, everything is there. So if I do anything right now, I will spoil everything for you. So I don't want to do that.
But you guys should know that we're putting our hearts and soul into this project, and Yaka, it's Yaka's brainchild essentially. So yeah, we're supporting him and he's supporting us. It's a bit of a collaboration, and I'm very glad that this time we have some more inputs rather than it's just me, or sometimes it's Nabil and stuff like that. But this time I'm loving it. What Yaka has, it's in mind. It's amazing. This guy is very creative.
And thank you, thank you. Um, yeah, and I don't know. Uh, I don't even know if I told this before, but I got also promoted, right, from the head of community to product marketing manager. So um, you know, w- Wendy and Travis are now the bosses. No, I'm joking, but yeah, it's a great pleasure. I loved marketing was always my passion. So I'm just happy that from being a community member all the way up to the marketing. So it was quite a ride in this 2.5 years. But
More to
Asad,
come, buddy.
thank you. Tell me, when you first heard about NFTs, what was your original thinking? What did you think to yourself?
So when I first heard about NFTs, I was very late to the game, and initially I didn't understand them, what they were, like a lot of people did. So eventually, when we started doing the VFX and we did our marketplace, that was the time I I thought, okay, this is something we need to think about. Then I got to learn about it, and yeah, that was it was a bit late, but yeah, NFTs are the future, and we love making them.
The reflects. Whose brainchild are the reflects?
So initially, the brainchild, uh, initial idea was Azimi's, I think Ash, and after that, it was me and a concept artist named McDom who started doing the initial concepts, and we start there. We have some reflect concepts that we see now, and we laugh our asses off at what were we doing back then. the the eyes and the stuff like that. So yeah, so it's a process. It took time. We did it, and the initial idea was Ash and Azimi. Yeah.
Do you ever see reflects evolve into some different color or something, or you think they should be blue always, because that's their
So what
trademark?
I think the distinct characteristic of a reflect is its blue color, and I don't see we're going to change that. But in the future, it can happen that there are some other species like reflect or some other versions of reflect that we can do that have different colors and stuff like that. But our OG reflect, I don't think we should change the color of any of them.
Yeah, I mean, when I saw that black one, it looked really good, but then you told me it's not the black color. Actually, it's
Yeah,
just
it was not it was not textured. Yeah.
yeah, but it looked good. It looked something different. Maybe that's why because it looked different. um I what I wanted to ask you, I forgot now. The the miner bot, right? We were talking about the miner bot game um last week with Iffy as well. And the miner bot now, when it comes to the game design and everything, is basically done, right? And it was now placed in your hands to do the art. How does
Yeah.
the art look like for a game? What do you need to do? So, for example, when they say, okay, the game is done from the back end, now it needs the art. What do you need? How does that look like?
So normally, it does not the dev is not done for art. Art is supposed to be done uh, first, and then it needs to go to the dev. So initially, this was like we did the art for this game, the minor bot. We had that game, and now we're doing the art for it, and the dev was done. So currently, what my process is, I have this idea that is in my mind of what there's a bit of a narration that I create for myself. After that, what type of theme I want for that game. If that narration fits to that theme, what type of colors that I want in that game. And after that, I do some research, what type of user interface, what type of background, what type of foreground that needs to go into the game. So it depends on what type of game that we're making. So this every game has a very different process of doing it. So yeah, for this minor board game, I have this narrative in my head that what type of colors that I need, what type of characters it needs to have, and the basic mood of the game. So yeah, currently I'm exploring stuff for the minor board game. Hopefully soon we'll have that, and you will guys. I hope you guys love it.
Oh, I think they will. I had a play yesterday, and I mean for the hyper casual games that I usually don't play, but it is fun. It is fun.
Yeah.
Also needs to have more. Wait, we have a question from Lee. Okay, so that's where if you guys have questions about the cribs and all that when we talked about and you were asking questions to Nabil that he couldn't answer, in full mode. Now you have Assad here who can explain. So also needs to have more alignment and pattern on the small crib. Are you guys working on that too? The crib is not aligned with the outsides, floor, ceiling, and walls as well. I can do a review, but I think I'll wait for 1.8 to do it. I love the design. Just a few details to improve. What's your comment on that, Asad?
So what you're talking about is essentially the UV mapping of the grip. So currently, what we're doing is we're adding a new feature as well that will give you the option to you you can move the UV map essentially however you want to. So initially, when we did the small grip, it was not it was not aligned. We had a limitation of the resolution at that time with the development and the art side. So in the coming builds, we will sort that out, the alignment issue and the pattern issue. The UV maps will be fixed, and yeah, uh, you should wait for 1.8. It will be a much better build. The grids will be much more aligned.
Awesome. Um, Lee, I know you work a lot on the crypt, so if you have any more questions. Oh, Assad, what was the suggestion from the community? If we could get the sizes of the walls or the ratios of the walls, uh, so we would have it somewhere, so it's much easier than to make wallpapers for users, because
So yeah.
each wall is a different size ratio, whatever, and yeah.
So essentially, some of the walls, the 3D walls, have different sizes, but preferably the resolution that we recommend is 1920 by 1080 at 16 by 9 aspect ratio. But there is going to be some clipping around it because the walls are each and every wall is different from one each other. To solve that issue, we're doing some dev work around it, and we're going to give you the option to move the wallpaper and scale it up to however you guys like on a single wall. So it will eliminate the resolution specific issue that you guys are having.
Awesome. So, you, Assad, you are also working very closely on this, on items that are going to be crafted and all that. And we talked about those four teams um, that are coming at the start. Um, when do you think we'll be able to have those items so we can, show them to community and discuss?
So Yeah, so those art items are already in the pipeline, and it's in modeling and texturing phase right now. I can't give you a specific timeline on when we're going to have that. I'll I'll put that in that timeline thingy for Nabil to answer. So we're working on that, and soon, hopefully, you guys will have the crafting items.
Awesome. Yeah, because that's one of the most common questions that we get. Show them show us the items already. And how much they cost and all that. So, but yeah, that's gonna be the reveal. It's gonna be like not all at once. We'll be revealing them, phase by phase. So it's not all
Yeah,
the fun revealed at once. But
yeah.
what are the other three teams? Can you say something about them and maybe tell me
So there's
when we'll have the concept art?
so concept art. So currently the team is working on the project Yaka, that we can talk about. So
Mm-hmm.
once the team gets free, I can get the concept art as well in the pipeline. So yeah, so currently we don't have them yet, but soon we will.
Ah, nice. Yeah, concept arts are I think important because it gives users and community a bit of a insight on how things will be how things will be
Exactly.
looking.
And for our pipeline, it's very important as well. We don't start any work without the concept art because if we do it directly in 3D or in the 2D compositions, ultimately there's a lot of feedback that we have to then rework. So in a concept art, it's much easier to do. It's like much easier to give feedback on. So it's also in our process that we do initially the concept art without starting the pipeline.
Yeah, yeah. Polaris is asking, are you able? Oh, so this is not a question for Assad though, Polaris. But I think if we have Travis here, Travis, are you here?
Yes, I am.
Do you see the question from Polaris? Are you able to tell us any details as to what the recent Lace partnership with Virtua will involve?
It's an integration. So we worked with Lace through kind of their development phase and integrating into the dApps and such. So we are a launch partner of Lace and will um, be having some more details and everything like that coming out when we officially launch there through Lace.
Yeah, and that's not that far, right? As far as I know. So yeah,
No, I know Anise has been working with them. I'm not sure exactly where they're at or what the timeline is. But I know Anise has been working with them and they have communication and everything like that, chat groups.
yeah. Anis will be back with us, I think, already next week. When is Eid? When is Eid holidays? Assad, is it on 20th?
Yeah, yeah, I think so. It's on 20th.
20th. So probably Anis will join us on 27th. I don't think he will work on the 20th. But yes, so on 27th, when Anis and Nabil are both back, um, you know, we can ask all those questions that are because we've missed Anis for like what no 3 weeks. It's been a while he comes back. So um, okay, anyone has any questions left for Assad? Travis, maybe you have any question?
Nope, I do not. That was a good dev update.
Maybe I missed some question. Lore, is there any questions in the general chat that I don't see?
No, the only one remaining is the one that Swedish Noodle did. Multiple land blocks attached to land, which have to attribute land items, be able to grab more than one land item.
Wait, let me. Maybe that's a question for you, Travis.
I'm sorry. Can Can you repeat the question? Okay. Will multiple land bots attached to land, which have attribute land items, be able to grab more than one land item? So land is what the land items are is kind of think of them as random airdrops in a way that'll be on your land that certain miner bots will have the ability to come across or find. So, your miner bot might be on your land and suddenly say it found a particular relic or item or something of that sort is kind of how the land items work.
Awesome. So if no one has any more questions for Assad, thank you for joining in for this week dev update, and I will make sure that people know that your team is behind all the art that is coming up for the project that we talked about, because it's, from what I've seen, it's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be great. So
Thank you for inviting me, Yaka, and it's been a pleasure, everyone. Thank you.
thanks everyone, and speak to you next week on the dev update. I hope I can get some new guests. Tell me which one do you wanna tell me which dev or from which department you wanna see representative next week. Maybe someone from the games side. We bring in Sharuz again or Jahanzeb. Yeah, I think so, right? Let's talk about games a bit more. Let's see what are they building. Okay, thanks everyone. Stay safe, stay crypto, and see you next week. Bye bye.